Achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's another fun Friday here, another good edition of our positivity audio rooms, or video rooms, I guess we can say now, right? Since we're all on here in video. And I'm excited for today's topic, actually. So first off, just want to let you know I'm today's host for our call today. We got Zion in here. We got Eni. We got my co-host here. We got Lydia in here. And we're going to talk today about positivity on a job search. And the reason why I'm kind of taking over this topic today on hosting is because this is what I do, for a living right now, right? Is I help people with their job search. And, as many of you know that have been on this call before, I have my own career coaching company called Jam Sessions with Jamie, and I help people with resume building, interview practice, LinkedIn optimization. I help people with motivation on their job search and making sure they don't get discouraged and stuff like that. And on a job search, it's very easy to get discouraged, right? It's very easy to get negative, think that things aren't going your way, not wanting to do certain things, and then it can affect you mentally. And really, there's ways that you can kind of cope with your job search and try to embrace that positivity and kind of shift your mindset a certain way. And that'll help you kind of improve the way you think on a job search and not think that everything is so negative, but realize that there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about this today. I want to go ahead and see who's in. I'm not sure. Zion, I can't really see who's in here other than the comments, right? That's correct, right? I can't see everybody in here unless they're commenting. Okay. So we got Adrian in here. Hello. Our first comment in here. Hello. Happy Friday. If you're in here, do me a favor and, send a comment, put a comment out. Let us know who you're in here. Say hi so I can definitely shout you out. And, we'll pull up some comments here and share some thoughts as well. We got Kifa Allen is here from the United Kingdom. Definitely going to have a fantastic event. Looking forward to speaking on this, and thanks for being here. This is going to be a little bit different than some of our other calls. As we're going to be, we're still going to bring people here up on stage. So if you want to talk a little bit about what positivity looks like, maybe you're job searching currently. Maybe you're on a job search right now and you're struggling with positivity and you want to ask a question. Please come on up when we bring you up on stage and you can ask a question. I'd be happy to answer questions about how to stay positive on a job search. If you want to share your experiences on how you had your own job search and maybe how it was tough at certain points and how you kind of experienced certain things and what you did to stay positive. Or if you just have a question about job searching in general, I'm kind of opening this up to whatever. If you want to talk about your resume or an interview or LinkedIn, your profile, anything we can talk about today with job searching is going to be what today's topic is. And I'm really excited for this. And there you go. Look, we got Lindy who said, how cool is this? She just started job searching 2 weeks ago. So, happy to talk a little bit more about this. And David says, hey, gratitude squad, let the positive flow. It's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to bring that here. Maznor, I just connected with you on LinkedIn. I know that you made a comment there last one, and Lydia pointed it out as well. So now we're connected. That's how this works, right? So Maznor is here. Everyone, nice to see you all again from Bangladesh. Yes, so we got people all over the world, right? Sharing positivity, all corners of the earth, right? And I'm not doing this alone. Obviously, I told you we have everybody in here, right? We got everyone except for Simona and Issa, which they would love to be here. Obviously, they got work and other things going on, but we send them their regards as well. I'm going to go ahead and finish introducing myself, and I'm going to bring up my other co-hosts as well. So as I mentioned before, I have my own company, Jam Sessions with Jamie. I'm in the United States, right outside of Chicago, Illinois. I explained to you kind of what I do from a career coaching perspective. But I want to just let you all know, if anyone, I know, Lindy, you said you're on a job search right now. You're job hunting, right? I'm sure there's several people in here that are job hunting. I do offer career coaching, right? So if anybody ever wants to have a conversation and you want to talk about your resume or you want to talk about your interview skills or you want to see how to enhance your profile, I do free calls outside of my my coaching clients, and it's just a way to get to know you better. It's a discovery call. It's just a chance to learn more about you, tell you a little bit more about what I do, and see if there's an opportunity where I can help you. And as my co-hosts can testify, I've worked with over 500 different job seekers over the last 2.5 years. I've got about 160 recommendations on my LinkedIn page. I've been doing this a while. This is what I love to do, is get people hired. That's why I bring this energy, right? Because I know how tough the job search process is. So I'm very passionate about this, and I love speaking about it, right? So please, there's a link on my page. Don't hesitate to set up a call. Let's have a conversation. And we got Tasama Naguma's here. Good day to you all. Yes, we got a lot of, please, I know we got more people in here, so shout it out. Let yourself be heard. Get the comments out here. We want to hear from you. And I'm going to pass it over to my co-host now so they can introduce themselves. We're going to have Lydia do an awesome meditation session today. And then we're going to get right into today's topic. So let me move it over to Zion here. So Zion, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself. I don't think you really need an introduction at this point. Everyone knows you. You're the man, the myth, the legend. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce you anyways. Zion, go ahead and let us know who you are.
All right. Thank you so much, King Jimmy, as I call you. It's just amazing to be here with everyone on another edition of our Positivity Live. You know how we do it. We come here every Friday to bring the positivity, to remind you that it is possible. Because why? We are intentionally embracing the life of positivity. Yes, my name is Zion Inogeru, and I'm joining you all the way from Nigeria. I'm the founder of Mr. Positive Energy, the man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. If you're struggling to stay positive in the midst of the overwhelming challenges or situation or work, do well to reach out to me. Let's go on a life-transforming journey of positivity together, because I know that in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you and for me. And I'm always excited for this event, and we believe that everyone is important, everyone is valid. And today we are talking about job search and how to embrace it with a positive mindset. At the end of the day, everything boils down to your mindset. On how you approach things, how you respond to things, it depends on the kind of mindset you have. And that's why we're intentionally bringing positivity to everybody, so we can embrace it and make it to be a lifestyle. I look forward to having more conversation. And don't forget, if you're in the comment section, keep dropping in the comments. Let us know where you are joining us from all over the world, so we can be able to shout you out. If you know of anybody who's actually on that job search right now, tag them, invite them, let them come in here, so that we can be able to inspire them, not just with a positive mindset, but we have an expert in the house who can give you practical steps on what to do for that interview preparation, for that resume and construction and everything you have to do. So it's a privilege. Right now, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Enning, even as introduce himself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Linda, I see you. Welcome, Adrian, say Rosemary, Positivity B, I call you. Worknesh, I see you as well. Welcome, everyone. So I'm Enio Sung. I'm on companies global.media. What I do is make you famous. I get everyone to know who you are, what you do, how you help, and why they should know you, like you, and trust you. I tend to do marketing that is long-lasting, is what I call it. It means long after I start working with you, people will still be giving you the results of the work we do with you. I can say those words with confidence because our main services are things that they last the length of the last time, right? The first one's helping you write your book, publish your book, and sell your book. Your book will last longer than you. So that definitely lasts time, I assure you. The second thing we do is events like this for people. So we'll help you put these events on, we'll help you host them, we'll help you organize them, we'll help you fill them, and we'll help you make them work for you. Sometimes that means helping you make money from them. But the ultimate aim is to help you build a community of people, a community of potential buyers, people who know you, trust you, like you, and people that you can help. Again, long after I'm gone, that community will still be on your side. And that's when you really start seeing the benefits. So that's what I do. So, and of course, I love doing this room. So we do this room every week. So we do know 2 years now, I think thereabouts, something like that. Zion's always here. No, the rest of us are most of the time, not all the time. But because we get
It's
get
3 years
away.
already, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Oh, goodness me. So no, it is one of our favorite rooms for sure, because I think the topic is very important for all of us, especially even today's topic, on around job search. I think it's one of the job search is one of those things I've never liked, because it is a challenge. There's I could say there's tricks. I mean, the weird thing is that I'm a psychologist. I know HR. I've done recruitment. I run my own company. Even then, I still know that there's so much anguish and pain that can come in a job search. But hopefully, we'll help you to begin to tackle those issues, because many of those issues come down to the way we think. Of course, there's some technical skills that you might need, in which case Jamie's the one you turn to for those. But so I'm looking forward to talking about the mindset element of job search. Let me leave it there. Let's pass the mic to our favorite friend, Lydia. How you doing, Lydia? The mic is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. I'm so glad to see everybody here in the audience. And I know there's so many people, even though supposedly, economies are going up in places that, it's not always the way it's said in the news, right? And sometimes that can make us even more, feel even more isolated. And so I'm glad you're here if you are looking for a job or you're just looking for a career change. So, anyway, I am Lydia, and I am your person for Jedi Calm, which can help you when you are in your job search, because the one thing that is really hard is when we get really escalated. That's another thing we do here, is to have a meditation session. So, something that I'm excited about right now, because I am self-employed, and when you're self-employed, that can be tough too, when things aren't going yet or when things are in between. And I am about to launch a new membership, and which is self-led, and a new class, and 3 groups. So that's really that's very exciting. I am so happy, and I put a what do you call it, a newsletter out today, which you may have seen, that explains a little bit about the different modalities that I use, because there's a lot of terms, and it tells about how we get there and how it helps us, and some of that stuff that we get right here in the room. And otherwise, I'm writing music, which I always love. And speaking of music, so we have a meditation session in here. There's a little bit of sound that goes with that, and that sound enhances the experience so that you can be aligned in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And it opens up different wave patterns in your brains to be receptive to what other people are going to say, to what Jamie is going to tell you, and to put you in a state of calm and receptivity, able to take this in. So I am going to turn off my camera for a moment, and we're going to go ahead and start this session. So, hello. I'd like you to take a deep breath in and allow the breath to close your eyes if you're able to. And allow another deep cleansing breath. As you breathe in, allow your consciousness to go up and to the back of your head and rest there. As you breathe in peace. Notice each of your sit bones beneath you, with your spine rising up. And each of your feet evenly on the floor. Any thoughts that you have plenty of space. And you can just simply observe them and let them float by. Notice the earth beneath you. And your part in it. You have an energy between you and the earth. You feel it cycling up and around your abdomen. Filling you with gentle, strong, expansive energy of support. You are always supported by the earth. And as you breathe in peace. Breathe in peace and feel the peace flow down, soft, warm yet cool and golden, over your temples and your eyes, your nose, your cheekbones, and the back of your neck. As you breathe in peace. Feel the peace flow down over your shoulders, down your spine, through your heart and your lungs, softening, expanding with the golden light of peace. and the steady support of the earth. You feel the golden light filling your abdomen, all of your organs softening and expanding with the golden light of peace. And all the thoughts gently are floating by. Everything is so supportive, so relaxed. So hopeful. And everyone in the room is connected through this energy. Smile. Say hello. And feel the smiles and hellos coming back to you. As you breathe in peace. As you breathe out love. You can return here whenever you want. Simply by breathing in deeply and allowing that breath to connect you to the earth. To peace. To love. Feel the excitement of this new chapter. Every day, a new beginning. And just as you can come to this space whenever you like, you can return keeping the peace and calm with you. I'm going to count to 5. When I reach 5, you will open your eyes, feeling calm, refreshed, deeply supported, and full of excitement for every day. 1, 2, fingers tingling. 3, 4, stretching. 5, eyes open, alert, refreshed, and ready to rock and roll. Here we go.
Wow. That was great, Lydia. Thank you so much. Another awesome meditation session. I feel good. I don't know about you, but I love when Lydia does that. Just kind of bring us that peace and just lets us relax for a little bit and breathe and just realize that no matter what we're going through, everything's going to be okay, right? And I love that. And thank you again, Lydia. That Jedi calm banner of yours really makes sense. I see that. I got that sense of calm too as well. So thank you. Wow. So let's go shout some people out here now. Just want to go back up to the comments here and just recognize some more people that are in here. We got Rosemary says, good greetings, everyone joining from Nigeria. Awesome. Good to see you here. We got Linda Myers in the house. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Linda, for being here as well, too. We got Ilyasu Awudu is here. Hello from Ghana. Good to see you. Worknesh is here. Hello, Worknesh. We got Wendy is here. Wendy says, good day. What a lineup. Thank you, Wendy, for being here once again. We appreciate you being here. We got Margaret Martinez is here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, too. Dr. Dorothea is looking forward to our call today. Good to see you again, Dr. Dorothea. Thanks for being here as well. And yes, please, keep your comments coming. We love to see this chat lively. And, before we jump into our topic today, as many of you know, some of maybe you don't know, we do this every Friday, right? So please share this with people in your network. When Zion likes, when he puts the event up, you're more than welcome to share the event. Let others know to join this call. We do this every Friday. It's a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of different topics, and make sure you also connect and follow the people that are on this call. And let's continue to grow with each other and just grow our networks organically, right? That's what we try to do in here. So I just want to bring that up as well. So yes, we're going to talk about positivity today in a job search. I've taken some notes here, and I want to just share some things here. So we're going to just jump right into it. And talking about job searching, right? For many of you who have been on job searches, or if you're currently on one right now, you know that rejection is tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. Rejection is tough no matter where you are. If you're trying out for a sports team and you get rejected, or you're trying to be in a play and get a lead part and you get rejected, just rejection in general is tough when you have a friend and maybe all of a sudden, they're not your friend anymore, right? And that rejection happens. It's hard no matter what. And it's no different in a job search, right? Even though we're getting emails, we're applying to jobs and we're getting emails and phone calls from people saying, sorry, we decided to go another direction, or we went with somebody else's whose skills were a better fit for the job, right? It doesn't matter if you don't know who that person is. You have no really connection with them. You still feel defeated, right? You still feel rejected. But there's many ways that you can really try to stay positive on a job search and not let those rejections get in you, or not thinking, oh, I've been doing this for 6 months now and this is just exhausting. Like I needed a job yesterday. I totally understand that. And this job market right now is one of the toughest job markets, that we've ever seen in the past few years, ever since COVID, right? I mean, we got out of COVID and it's just everybody's been getting laid off and there's more people looking for work. And it's tough. And I'm working with a lot of these types of clients, right? So, when I want to talk about rejection, I want to first talk about, when you get a rejection email, right? So when you get that email, it's easy to think, what am I doing wrong? How could you not hire me? I've got 15 years of experience and I need to know what I'm doing wrong. But sometimes it's not you, right? Sometimes there's things that you can't control in a job search, right? There's things I see all the time, things that you can't control. Like maybe they decided to go with an internal candidate. And unfortunately, they were never going to choose an external candidate. This is true. They interview people sometimes to just interview people for possible future roles, but maybe they knew they wanted an internal candidate. Or maybe they just decided they didn't have or they didn't decide this, but maybe they just don't have the budget for the role anymore. And they decided they don't need to hire somebody for the role anymore. And it's nothing you could have done differently, right? I see it all the time. There's also things, unfortunately, we can't control sometimes. And I hate to say things like this, but things like ageism and things like that, right? Getting older should be a blessing, right? And it is. We all want to get older, right? But unfortunately, in job searching, sometimes it's harder to get hired. They want younger people sometimes. And I hate that happens because that's illegal, but companies do it still, and you'll never know about it, right? But what I want to bring up is that think process, right? It's easy to say, I don't want to apply to jobs anymore. I'm just tired of these rejections. But I want you to think of it this way. I want you to change that perspective, and I want you to think, look, I didn't miss out on that opportunity. They missed out on me, right? Think positive and think to yourself, they missed out on me. They're never going to get to see the skills and what I could have brought to their team and my positive energy and everything that I could have brought them. They won't get to see that anymore. And then you know what? It's not my loss. That's their loss, right? And if you think of it that way, the sting of getting rejected really is less because you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to find that company that's going to really want me on their team and it's going to see my worth and the skills that I can bring them. And that's the place I need to be. I don't need to be in those other places. I need to be where the place wants me in their team, right? So if you think of it that way and you understand that it's nothing against you, then you know what? You just got to keep moving forward and you got to don't give up and keep that same mindset, right? Lydia has a comment here, she wants to make sure, obviously, we're keeping our spirit up, right? So talk about, what do you find is most difficult on your job search, right? Are you afraid of anything or are you confident in a way? Please share those things, right? Is there a possibility we can be both, right? And we can be, right? It just depends on how that mindset is. Speaking of rejections, too, I want to also talk about the word no, right? The word no. We think this, I've applied to over, a lot of times I work with clients who are counting how many applications they're filling out. They're like, I filled out 200 applications and I've gotten 190 no's and 2 interviews and not one single yes. And when you think about that, most of that talk is on the negative side of things, right? It's like, I've applied this many, I've gotten this many no's, Don't think about the no's on your journey. There's only one thing you got to worry about. That's the word yes. All you got to do is focus on that one yes, right? So when you get a job and you get an opportunity and a company says, we want to hire you, here's your job offer, we want you to start this day, are you going to look back and think to yourself, man, let me look at all those no's again and think about all those people who rejected me? Like, no, you're not. You might look at back and say, this is my story. And this is the story I can tell about how I persevered. But don't focus so much on the no's, because I couldn't tell you every opportunity that I've gotten before I did career coaching, I never thought about the company that rejected me 30 days prior, right? I can't even remember 90% of the jobs I applied to. Why? Because they don't matter, right? They don't matter. And because what matters is the one yes that you receive. So you always want to focus on that. Adrian says here that ghosting is actually worse than rejection. At least with rejection, you know enough to move on. With ghosting, you're left hanging. Very true, right? Ghosting is a big thing, right? That's another thing that you can't control. So I appreciate you bringing that up, Adrian. For those who don't know ghosting, or you don't really know that term, it's pretty prevalent on LinkedIn. You probably see a lot about it. But ghosting is when you interview for a role or you apply to a role and you never hear back, right? Maybe you went through 2 interviews, or you met through a first interview and the recruiter said that they were going to, hear back from you, but you were going to hear back from them by this date. And then you hear crickets, nothing. And you follow up several times and you ask for an update on your status and you never hear back. But then all of a sudden, a month later, you might get an email saying that they went another direction, right? That is ghosting, and ghosting can affect you mentally too. And you just got to remember that, to your point, Adrian, you just all you can do is control what you can control. You can ask the recruiter at the end of the interview, when can I expect to hear back from you? If I don't hear back from you by that date, Is it okay if I follow up with you in an email and check in to see if I'm still being, if I'm still being, if I'm still being considered for the applicant for the role, right? I go through different templates and emails that you can send, when I work with my clients. So thank you for bringing up ghosting. That's a big deal too. Something you can't control. I want to talk about a few more things here about positivity, right? We talked about not taking rejection personally, right? We talk about focusing on what you control. I want you to also think about rejection as that every rejection is a redirection to something better, right? I know it sounds so cliche that rejection is redirection, right? But I bring this up a lot because it could be just God's way of speaking to you and saying, you know what? This wasn't a good fit for you anyways, right? And I see Lydia shaking her head and whatnot. Yes. This might have not been your direction. And maybe this was saving you from a bad experience. I'll tell you something. I know people who, thought they got their job and they got the opportunity that they thought was their dream job. And then all of a sudden they got in and it wasn't what they thought it was. Ended up being a toxic workplace. They didn't like where they were. They reached out to me after I worked with them and they said, Jamie, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I think I'm going to leave this company. I'm going to find my place, right? So look at the rejections as a way that it could just be redirecting you to something better, right? And I love it. Linda says that too. She says, you're right. Focus on the positive. There will be a yes. Exactly, right? You just got to remember that if you get knocked down 10 times, you get up 11 times, right? You just get back up. So thank you for sharing that comment. Yes. If you find yourself on a job search, and you're just, it's affecting you mentally, surround yourself with positive people, right? Find a support team. A support team doesn't have to just be friends, family. It doesn't even have to be a mentor like me, right? Like a coach. Support can come from other job seekers in your network. I always tell people this. Find a group of people on LinkedIn that you're connected to, other job seekers, right? Find a group of them and form some sort of alliance, allegiance, some sort of cohesiveness, right? And start a group message with those people and hold those people accountable. Check in with those people. Make a goal every day to apply to 4 jobs a day. Let's just say 5 jobs a day. Make a goal. Check in with each other at the end of the day. Find out how everyone's doing. If somebody has an interview, celebrate it. Celebrate the wins. And we're going to talk about celebrating wins in a second because that's another positive thing too as well, right? Adrian says again, rejection can be a blessing in disguise. What you thought was your dream job could have been a nightmare. Absolutely right. Yeah, talking about that, right? And I know situations like that. I've been in situations like that actually. But yes, talking about celebrating wins, this is another thing that can be positive, right? You need to celebrate any wins that happen in your job search. Some people say, well, I'm not going to celebrate until I get that opportunity, right? I've been through 3 interviews and I've been rejected before. And it's just not really something I want to celebrate until I get an opportunity. Why? You need to celebrate. If you get a first interview, celebrate. If you move on to the next round, celebrate. If you apply to 10 jobs in a day and you set a goal of 5 and you doubled that, celebrate. You need to recognize any wins that come your way because wins can be sometimes far and few and far, right? And I can tell you this, if you're not celebrating an interview, think about all those people who didn't get that interview. They would love to be in your shoes. They would love to celebrate an interview and get to that round. And just remember, if you get an interview and you don't get the job or you don't move on, at least you can take that with you and you can learn upon it and you can grow upon it, right? So celebrate wins, whether they're small or big. I always do this on LinkedIn. If I see people, I always try to make a point. If I see people congratulating or celebrating things or saying they got an interview, I always leave a comment on their post just saying congratulations. You should do the same. Don't just scroll by it. Provide that encouragement for these people who need it, right? And Linda says, I remember applying for a job just over 4 months ago. I was unsuccessful. They chose someone else. Now the same company is looking for another employee for the same position. I thank God and the universe for saving me from a misstep. Yes. So it's crazy how sometimes you see these jobs recirculating, right? And maybe it didn't work out with that person, and maybe they're just really tough. Maybe they're really looking for a unicorn, and unfortunately, it's very hard to find a unicorn. There's no such thing as unicorns, right? We're not perfect. We all have things we can work on, right? Paulette says, join some volunteer opportunities and community groups and let the group know you are looking for something different. I love that, Paulette. Yes, let's talk about that for a second, right? Make sure you get out in a job search and you do things for yourself. Don't spend, I know people need to work. I know that you need to get back to work, but there's such a thing as burnout, right? Burnout is real. Many of us have probably reached the point of burnout. And what happens with burnout is that's on a job search, is that's when you are applying to too many jobs and you're stressing yourself out and you're not taking any time for yourself, right? You're spending the weekends applying. You're spending day and night applying. You're not getting enough sleep at night because you're thinking about certain things. And then what happens is it affects you physically. You don't eat as much. You become malnutritioned. You start eating lots of junk food and stuff like that, right? And you just sit on the couch all day or whatnot, right? Or you just get away from things. You need to take time to yourself. Go outside. I'm wearing my, an Adidas shirt here. I was outside taking a walk. I was building resumes and things like that for people. I went outside and took a walk. It's nice weather outside. You should go outside and take a walk. Read a book. Play a video game, watch a TV show that you have been wanting to watch. Go to a new restaurant and try a new food, right? Whatever it is, take some time to yourself and get your mental health time. We all need it. And Linda says networking is the new thing. Yes. I don't know if I'd say new thing, right? I mean, we've been networking for a while, but you'd be surprised how many people don't network, right? Networking needs to happen. I just celebrated, just giving a little plug here. I know I can do this, right? But networking is big. If anyone's seen my post, I just celebrated 35,000 followers, right? That is exciting to me, right? I'm not somebody who cares so much about followers, to be honest with you, because if I reach one person or many people with my content, I'm happy. But it's just a testament. The reason I celebrated that today was because that's a win for me. And I celebrate how many people have seen my content, maybe learn from me. It's a testament to the hard work and networking. And that's what job seekers have to do, is they have to put in the hard work and network and meet people and grow their network and post and show up and create content and all that stuff, right? And Obia says rejection because you are overqualified, but you need a job. What do we call that? I don't know if we call that anything, right? But that's another thing that you can't control, right? If you apply to a job and and they disqualify you because you're overqualified, I mean, all you can do in an interview is let the recruiter know or the hiring manager know that you understand you might be overqualified, but you're okay with taking a step back to get back in the workforce. You're okay at coming into a company in a certain role and working your tail off to get back to where you are in your career, right? For some people, job title isn't everything, right? For some people, it's not about the money. That's true. I can say this for myself, to be honest with you. Like, I don't make the money I once made in the corporate world anymore doing coaching, to be honest with you. I do coaching because I love to do this. I'm working from home. I get the passion of getting people hired, right? So it's not for everybody. Some people are okay with taking a step back if they're overqualified. They just want to get back to work. And we just have to let companies know this, right? Mm-hmm. So I know I'm sharing a lot of stuff here, and I want to open it up for other people that want to come up on here. We talked a lot about taking care of yourself, celebrating your progress, right? Setting goals, achievable goals, not just setting a goal of applying to 30 jobs in a day. That's called spraying and praying. You're spraying your resume everywhere and you're praying for an interview, right? Setting small goals and accomplishing those goals. That's important, right? And the last thing I'll say is that continue to grow, right? Continue to learn as much as possible on your job search when it comes to positivity. Take a course, take a skill, learn things. If you wanted to learn something about coding, or you wanted to learn something about curriculum development, I don't know, I'm just naming things. Seek out a course, take a class at school, take an online course, continue to grow and get yourself out there and do different things to continue to grow. And the last thing I can tell you, and I'll get to this comment here in a second, is that you have to stay patient. Remember, this is a job search. It takes time. The average person is not getting a job. It's taking sometimes 6 months to find a great job now. I hope it doesn't take that long for everybody that's looking for a job. But the reality is it takes time to find the job you want. Remember, you're not going to be unemployed the rest of your life. I promise you that. You're going to find your place. It might be something you never even thought that you would have been doing. It might be a different direction, but you'll find your place, and you got to be patient about it, right? So those are, I hope, some of you maybe took some notes on this. Like I said, I'm happy to share some career coaching tips and things like that on this call, but I want to hit up some comments on here too as well. Let me see what's going on here. Paulette says, AARP says people need to pivot and not just look for their ideas career. Yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, if you can pivot and you can find, there's a lot of skills out there that are transferable. If somebody says they have skills in customer service could go a lot of different directions, right? Leaders can go a lot of different directions. I can say that. I mean, I came from, management in telecommunications with AT&T, and I left the industry after I got laid off, and I went over to banking, financial, and I knew nothing about banking, right? But I had leadership experience. I knew nothing about banking, but I positioned myself in the right way, and I ended up coming on as a manager, and I learned things, right? Michelle says, I made it. Yes, you made it. We're good. We're glad to see you here. Thank you. Let's see. I want to look at some things here. I'm just scrolling down some of these comments here also. Let's see. I know that Linda said, yeah, networking is the new thing. I love this. She said, Linda said, Paulette, yes, volunteering is so wholesome and is a win-win for everyone. You meet new people and you provide your talents, your skills, and your joy. Yes, I love volunteering. I love it. I mean, I'm volunteering at my daughter's daycare next week for the book fair, just bringing out books to people looking for books. I love to just do different things and just get myself out there, right? I encourage you guys to look around your areas and see where you can volunteer and just network and meet people, right? So I'm going to bring up some, I don't know if any of my co-hosts want to just, chime in here, add anything about positivity. If not, then, or after we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and bring up our first speaker. I think it's Lowe's. I see her waiting patiently in there. So do any of my co-hosts want to add anything to this before we bring up our first speaker?
Hey, thanks, Jamie. There's so much there. It's so important. And I just want to let everybody know that you have got this. And just like Jamie said, when you have anything that is a rejection is a step in the right direction. It is a redirection, and it is it gives you an opportunity to do something else. It takes out one opportunity. You got rejected 5 times. Fantastic. You've taken out 5 opportunities, and you have the whole rest of the world of opportunities to choose from. And those 5, they weren't the ones for you, clearly. But there's this place where we get really misaligned because we're so down on ourselves. And it's not you. You have no control over the world. You have a control over you. And you are a bright spark at exactly who you are. What you do the best is being you. So don't try to be anybody else when you do this stuff. Be you. Be calm. If you're not calm, take a moment to breathe and do that, because you really are the very best you there is. And that may sound silly, but there is no replacement for your authenticity. Anyway, thanks, Jamie. Back to you.
Yeah, I love it. Zion, you want to add something?
Yes, thank you so much, Jermaine and Lydia. It's been an insightful session so far, talking about the job search. I must say that, to be honest with you, it's not easy. Being there myself, having to send those application in, and then you being rejected, and the abyss to pay, piling up, the pressure of families and everything. It's not easy. So for anyone out there who is currently on that phase right now, where you're actually looking for a job and it look as if it's not working out, there is still hope for you. One thing I believe is for the fact that you are alive, you are breathing, you are healthy, there is hope for you, and we want you to keep believing. So one thing I want to stress is this: if you're on the job search, don't be shy about it. Don't be shy about being someone who is searching for a job, because this is something I've encountered among persons. They are shy to talk about, oh, I need a job. It's a world where everybody wants to help you. Now, my mentor will always say, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. If you cannot talk about what you want, nobody knows what's going on in your life. So if you actually need a job, let people around you know. Let them know. Let people know that you are actually looking for a job. There is no need to be shy. Why? Because you are not the only person who is in that place right now. There are many persons out there who are looking for a job. So feel free, to express it, tell people they are looking for a job. And for those people, Lindsay, beyond just putting your open to work banner, you have to stay active. You have to participate. You have to network. I know we mentioned networking earlier. So for most people, they think just putting the open to work banner up there, it's all you have to do. No, there is more. Not everybody will come to look at your profile, but attending events like this, dropping in comment like we said, participating, being active, responding to text and all these things can be one way to put you out there. And lastly, I will end with this. My mentor will always say, one recommendation is more better than 100 interviews. The first day I heard, I'm like, wow, that's very powerful. Yes. Networking for me at this time is priceless. I've seen persons by just coming to an event like this, they get jobs, they get opportunities. So learn to network with people. So we are here now, you don't know who might help you. Somebody might just be there looking for persons who need a job. And just because you drop a comment, because you participated, and because you said you needed something like this, and be specific about what you need. Be specific about it. You need a job in XYZ. Say it, state it out so that persons can be able to tailor what you need according to you. And you know, in this time, it's good we have to reach out to people. We are all here to help, we are all here to support one another. We don't have to go through it all by yourself. It's a community where we support one another to go through those tough times together. We know it's not easy when you're going through a job search. It's one of the most overwhelming times of our life. But having a sense of community, having a sense of belonging, having a sense of people who are there to help you, to support you along this journey, it's priceless. It's something you shouldn't take for granted. And yes, amazing things that Jamie is doing, helping people as well, to be able to tailor your resume for interview preparation. You can do what to reach out to him. He's the expert in this field. That's the reason why he spoke at length about this thing. Reach out to him. He can be able to put you through. Now, embracing the job search through a positive mindset, it's something we do not take for granted. And I will always say this: your association determines your destination. The kind of people you surround yourself with will determine how far you will go and how well your mind will be. So having people who are positive, who are encouraging, who does not even judge you because you don't have a job, but then who love you just as you are, doing everything they can to push you. Persons who will go ahead to help you look for opportunities, asking around for your sake. That's the reason we have to speak out so that persons can be able to know what we are going through. Oh, you need a job. What kind of job do you need? What company are you looking at to work on? It's things that we have to do. So I encourage you out there, if you're in a job search right now, no matter how overwhelming it is not over until you win. The right job is coming for you. Keep holding on, keep pressing on. If you need to speak to somebody, if you need to share, if you need to let out the emotion, the feelings, we are here to support you. We are here to help you. We want you to know that you are not alone. The journey might be tough, you are not alone. The journey might be rough, you are not alone. It can be overwhelming, you are not alone. We are here to support you, we are here to encourage you. And for those in the comment section, if you have any question regarding this, drop in the comment. We are here to give a response to it. I'm going to pass the mic on to Mr. Ennis so he can share his thought with us.
It takes me a while to unmute. You've shared some genius, everyone who's spoken so far. Yeah, that's what I can add a little bit of my experience. Yeah, I'm sure I'm like many people here. I don't enjoy the job search process. I've had enough interviews, I've had enough applications that have not been successful. I don't want to say fail. I haven't got the job that was an offer, or the job that I wanted at that time. Yeah, I think I think everyone is right in saying that we need to have positivity in our mind. We need to be positive in applying for jobs. And trying to imagine what is the point of being negative. If we think we're not going to get the job before we start, then our chances are next to zero, right? We have to stay positive. We have to believe in ourselves amongst anything else. We have to believe that we are capable, that we can do the job, that we're the right person for that role. Now, does that mean we're going to get the job necessarily? No. There's been many jobs I've gone for, and I've been me, and they'd be like, "No, you haven't got enough skills. No, you're overqualified. No, for whatever reason." Again, it's easy to get down on yourself. There must be something wrong with me. I must be doing something wrong. Not always, not always. Like I said to you now, I've been on all the sides of the job search process. I've been the job seeker. I've been the employer. I've been the interviewer. I've been the selector. And look, and maybe hopefully this can help you. So those on the other side, they're taking the biggest gamble of their lives every time they employ someone. Yes, there's a science to recruitment and selection, but deep down, at the end of the day, it comes down to a game of luck. As Jamie said, and as Lydia said, some people that have gone for jobs, got jobs, and find that they're not the right people for those roles. This happens every day, every day. And so I guess the best thing I can say is stay positive, keep applying. If you get rejected, give yourself a chance to review what you can learn from the experience. Yeah, sometimes it's not you. It's not. It's nothing to do with you. It's the organization made a decision for whatever reason. So don't let that knock your confidence. Don't let that knock who you believe you are. So I think it's a mixture of positive mindset, but also a positive mindset is not just thinking; it's also doing. So if you are getting frustrated, then you might want to look at the way you prepare. You might want to look at the jobs you're applying for. As an employer, we want to employ someone who's right for our role. You want to apply for roles that are right for you. And so keep those two, but that balance in mind. You can't be too upset if you go for a job that's not right for you and the employer says no. So, be sensible and look for every job that there is, I'm sure Jamie will tell you, there's a way to apply for a job. There's things that the employer is looking for when they receive your application. Now, make sure you do those right things. But above all, my friends, keep applying, keep showing up, and keep going. Keep believing in yourself. Eventually, you find the job that's right for you, and then it may just be. For me, at the end of the day, this will happen. That's why I'm here now. It may just be that life is trying to tell you to pivot and do your own thing. This is why us four here, Lydia, Jamie, Zion, and I, don't work for anyone. We made a decision in the end to work for ourselves. There's a reason we did it. It's not necessarily because we couldn't get a job. It's just like eventually we realized that was our calling. How can we help someone? What can we do differently for ourselves? I said maybe that's your calling in the end of the day, but until that day comes, keep applying. The rejections is like water off a duck's back, so to speak, right? Don't let them dig into you. Just let them go. Okay, that one said no. The next one's going to say yes. And think like that and apply for the next one and go again and go with the confidence that you need to have. Eventually you're gonna find the right role for you. But if you stay in a negative mindset, the chances of you getting what you want they're reduced by a long way. Jamie said, let's learn to celebrate our successes. See, the simple reason is this: if you celebrate getting a positive response, an interview date, for example, then you're telling the gods that you want more of these. If you learn to celebrate the interview, whether it went well or not, you're telling your God that you want more of this. If you just let them go, then it might. It's good. It's like any other day, in other words. So there's no mark there's no mark in the ground anywhere. So celebrate your successes, but keep going until you succeed. That's the way it has to be done. So I'm dying to hear what Luz has to say. So yeah, maybe we should go to her next, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring Lowe's up here in a second. I just want to say one thing really quick, Lowe's, before we jump on. Lydia talked about being yourself, right, and not being anyone else, just staying true to who you are, on job search and not trying to change certain things, right? And I think about that there's a Dr. Seuss quote I always bring up, and I think about this all the time. And Dr. Seuss once said, I think it was The Cat in the Hat. He said, today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. And I know Dr. Seuss has some funny rhymes, right? But I love that quote because it's so true, right? There's no other you. You are you, and you stay true to yourself, and that's all that matters, right? So continue to do that. So I just want to bring that up. I'm going to bring up Lowe's now to the stage here. I know we've been speaking a lot here, but I think Lowe's the only one I see here up on stage that wants to speak right now. So Lowe's, I'm going to pass it over to you. You're our first speaker. Go ahead and share your thoughts on positivity or anything on today's topic, or if you have any question for me.
Good evening. I'm Loes Pijpers from the Netherlands, and thank you everyone for sharing your stories and your encouragement to everyone. Let's talk about job searching, because who doesn't love refreshing your job boards 47 times a day, rewriting your resume until it's practically a novel, and wondering if "Dear Hiring Manager" sounds too formal or not too formal. Job searching can feel like a roller coaster, except sometimes the highs are "I got an interview," and the lows are "they ghosted me again after 3 rounds. But here's the secret: positivity isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about finding the light even when the Wi-Fi drops out during your Zoom interview. Today I will share some ideas to keep your spark alive no matter what. First, let's reframe the story you're telling yourself. A no from a job isn't a personal attack, it's just data. Think of it like dating. Not every first date turns into a marriage, and that's okay. Write your own headlines, not a rejection, just a pilot twist. And celebrate small wins. Did you hit a summit on an application? That's a win. Did you survive an awkward phone scream? Heroic. Job searching isn't a marathon. Is a marathon, not a sprint. Write down every little success. It's proof you are moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. And what's important, build your positivity crew. Add a human connection angle. Surround yourself with positive crew. Job searching can feel isolating. Find your people around you and control what you can. Focus on what you can control. Polish your LinkedIn account. Learn a new skill. Practice on your elevator pitch in the mirror. And while you are making small steps, you are building resilience. And give yourself grace. Sometimes a day positivity looks like getting out of bed and sending one email, and that's okay, that's enough for that day. You are not a robot. The key is not staying there. One rough day doesn't erase your worth or your potential. You are shine in the game, and that's what counts every day again. So if you navigate this wild job search adventure, remember, reframe setbacks, celebrate the wins, learn your new crew, control what you can, and cut yourself some slack. Positivity isn't about pretending it's easy. It's about know you are tougher than the tough days. Every step brings you closer to a yes. Now go out and shine because someone is about to be lucky hiring you. And what's important is networking is already been said, but networking and investing in your social media accounts because the friends you are making today will give you the job tomorrow or help you giving the job. And that's very important. All your social media accounts, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever what social media accounts you have, it's very important to invest in that and talk about not only business but a lot of things that makes you human, about your pets, about your family, friends, about your house or whatever, because hiring managers not only want to talk about business, they are humans too. And what's important is build your condition, work on yourself. Because if you are in a conversation with a hiring manager, it's very important that you look energetic. Not I can imagine that if you are looking for a job for about 7 months, sometimes it's you have a struggle or a bad day. It's not always easy. Acknowledge that feeling, but work on your condition. Go out for a walk every day. I do it every day and look at the environment. Then you can visualize a better picture tomorrow than it's today. And if you can exercise or go to the gym or do it at home, you get a strong body and you give another impression than you are tired or feeling lonely or whatever. Make a strong impression. That's very important. And your network is also important. In your telephone, you have a lot of contacts, and sometimes people who are searching for a job look at opportunities far away, but mostly opportunities are close by, more close by than you think. Your own contacts in your telephone, and call them even if you're not speaking to them for months. Call them and not asking for a job immediately, but stay in contact and expand your network. Most people will help you giving a job. And when you are searching for a job, Bes Rengifo is organizing a 10-week career sprint, and you can always contact him to join the group. And now it's almost 10 days, I think, until the end of March. But maybe the next month he will organize something again. And it's a group of job searching, helping and lifting each other up, helping to get a job. And you are always welcome to join. So Besser and Gifo, the executive searcher, you can send him a message if you want to join. Everybody is welcome, and it's all about positivity and lifting each other up, helping each other, making each other stronger in the group. It's nothing about right or wrong or the best idea, or who's someone who's done it wrong, or whatever. It's almost every day all about positivity and lifting each other up. So everybody is welcome, and thank you very much for listening. And I pass the mic to you, Zion. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lowe's. What a great share. Wow. A lot of stuff reiterating the things I said with the positivity and just the redirection and things like that. I love it. I mean, you went through so many good tips also. And thanks for really sharing your thoughts and really just adding to the conversation, right? There's a lot of good golden nuggets there. So I appreciate you taking the time, waiting for, as we bring you up on stage and really being a part of this conversation. That was really awesome to hear some of your tips and things like that, right? So, wow, we've had a lot of good stuff here. I want to kind of go over some of these comments here. Scrolling up here, Linda says that, Lowe's, you're correct. Growth is not linear. Progression is better than perfection. I love that. Yes. Somebody had a question earlier. I want to scroll back up and see what it was. It was Muhammad Afzal. He said he asked a question: how can one effectively build a strong personal brand across various social media platforms? It's a good question, right? LinkedIn is my primary platform of choice, right? But there's obviously Instagram, and there's X, or Twitter, what it used to be called, right? Or it's just so many different platforms you can be on, right? But the really way that you can grow and to effectively build a strong personal brand is just show up, right? It sounds so cliche, but just show up and be present, right? I post every day on LinkedIn. I also add comments to people's posts. I spend some time just commenting on posts as part of my LinkedIn routine, right? Putting a banner up on your LinkedIn page, making sure you've done every section possible. If you have Instagram or X or other social media, making sure you're posting on there consistently, you're commenting on things, right? It's a lot of work. It really is, right? It doesn't just come naturally, but it's not for everybody either. I mean, there's a lot of people who just like to scroll, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're kind of like the lurkers in the background. Like, they like to just scroll on their news feed and just see what everyone's talking about. And they just scroll, and maybe they comment once in a while, but that's good enough for them, right? But you have to, if you want to grow on social media, you got to be present. You got to show up, right? You got to at least post. I don't care if you're posting, if you just bought a puppy and you want to share your brand new puppy with the world. I promise you post something like that, people are going to see it. And people are going to say, oh, it's such a cute puppy. Or, oh, I once remember when I bought my first puppy. Everybody just loves to see stories and just showing up. And that's what you got to do, right? Is just show up and be present, right? I know Jeremy said, thanks for the tips. You're welcome. Rosemary once said, your network is your net worth. I like that too. OBS says, through job search, rejections, and continuous search, we need to always add value to ourselves. Yep. Earning a certificate, going for a degree, attending a seminar, up your skills, right? Stay positive. Yes, I love that. Spot on with that, right? That sounds really good. Kifa Allen said that we could go door to door and ask for a job back in the day. All you needed was experience. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember those days. I remember the days where my mom would kick me out the house at 7 a.m. and she would say, okay, get your stack of resumes in your black folder, put on a suit and tie, and just go to businesses and just drop your resume off, right? I remember those days. It was less online and more in person, just dropping your resume off and getting an interview, right? Unfortunately, those days are long gone, right? But I remember those days. Yeah, we used to just go out in the world and do things from a human interaction, right? So I love sharing that. Mohammed, yes, you're welcome. No problem. Anything I can help you with, please let me know. Paulette posts at least once a week. Every day would be best. Sure, every day would be a little bit better, right? But posting once a week is better than posting none a week, right? That's what I work with. When I do LinkedIn sessions with people, I help them with post ideas and what to talk about and how to frame their post and how to post once a week. And did you know you can schedule posts too? If you don't know that, you can do that. It's not always you're going to be there posting on the computer. You can set up certain times and dates to have your posts go live. So if you do it every Wednesday at 8 a.m., sit down for an hour, make 4 posts, set it for Wednesday every day for a month. Now you got 4 posts ready to go, right? So just doing that is really going to help too as well. Let's see here. Everyone else just saying thank you. Paulette also said she pays attention to every congratulations and birthday. I love that. That's exciting, right? Speaking of birthdays, I got a birthday coming up in 10 days. So it's exciting stuff, right? So I like that you pay attention to that. That's pretty cool. But yes, we shared a lot of great tips today on the call. And I don't know if anybody else wants to come up here and share your thoughts. If not, we'll start kind of wrapping up here. I talked a lot today, and when I start, I don't stop. But I would love to meet some of you, like I said, and if anybody is really interested in career coaching and you just want the help, yes, obviously it's not a free service, right? I mean, it's a paid service, right? But I try to be very reasonable with my offers and things like that. And the ultimate goal is to get you a job and help you during certain steps of the job process and really getting you noticed more. Right. And getting you hired, because let's be honest, if you're not every day unemployed, it's tough. You're not making money. Right. So if I can help you and you invest in my services and you invest in your career and I invest back in you and then you get a job, it all goes hand in hand. And then you get back to working and you're starting to make money again. Right. Thanks, Paulette. Appreciate that. Thanks for the early birthday wishes. I don't think we have anybody else that's come up here. We'll see if anybody wants to join the stage while we're wrapping this up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back over to Lydia to share some thoughts here, and we'll pass it back to the rest of the to our co-hosts. And I said coworkers. I feel like I'm talking so much career work. It's coworkers, right? Go ahead, Lydia. Go ahead and share some thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. I have a story that I forgot to share before, and this might make you feel better. I don't know, but if some of you might know that I have both my feet in the music world, and I've been playing in symphony orchestras and operas and ballets. I have more with dancers, but anyway, and so I have a lot of colleagues in this field. And there's a horn player, a French horn player. I don't think he'd mind me sharing his name. His name is Danny Katzen, and he auditioned. He was all set, really good horn player, auditioned for orchestral positions, auditioned and auditioned and auditioned. Now, if you don't know about this, it's just like being part of a corporate team. You all do everything together. You play all that music together. And when you're a horn player, you're in a section of 4 or more. And he wanted to be one of those 4 people. And he tried at every orchestra, and he auditioned 249 times before he got a position in the Boston Symphony Orchestra full-time, which is a top position in the world. And he was really, really happy with this. But imagine if he had gotten disappointed and said, I'm just not cut out for this. I think, if you think about having the mindset of, no, this is my purpose. This is what I want. This is my life. And you go for this and you're dedicated, you're going to get it. And imagine if he ended up in one of those other orchestras, he may not have been happy as where he is right now. So I just want to say, stay the course. If you're not aligned to the course and you think, maybe that's not why I'm getting a job because I'm really kind of scared of this course, then like Jamie said, you can pivot, go for what you love. Prepare like crazy and go for what you love. You can do this.
I love it. Go for what you love. That's great. I mean, yeah, always shoot for the stars. Go for where you want to be, right? And if you're not there right now, don't compare yourself to other people who are maybe in that position that you want to be in, right? Imagine if this person was, comparing himself to others who had already gotten there, right? Or maybe it took them less times. And then you start playing the comparison game and you start looking at where you are and your age and how your experience is. And you say to yourself, why is this person here and I'm still not here, right? And these people are passing me up. This person was not a part of this symphony, and now they're already in the Boston Symphony, and they just lapped me. Like, you can't compare yourself to other people because you are where you're at for a reason. They, who knows how they got there or what happened, right? But you don't compare, don't compare how others are doing in life because that's their life, right? Congratulate them for doing what they do. Don't be down on yourself because when you get there, you might be with that same person one day and things like that, or maybe you do go a different direction, right? Comparison is a big thing. Everyone's their own person and should be their own person. Lydia brought that up, right? Let's see here. Thanks for sharing that story, Lydia. Yeah. So Paulette said positive people and coachable people are priceless. I agree. Michelle says, got it on the 250th time. Yes, definitely. Exactly. Chiedza said, wow, 249 times is total commitment, grit and tenacity to fulfill one's purpose indeed. Yeah, it's definitely total commitment, right? I mean, it's a lot of times getting knocked down and then coming back, right? But the consistency paid off, right? And Paulette says, I'm having so much fun posting on Instagram and LinkedIn and meeting wonderful people online who support other people. Yes, I agree. And that's how I met all my co-hosts on here, right? It was from networking and showing up, right? Everybody from the UK to Nigeria to Lydia, is it Virginia again? Am I right about that?
Vermont.
Vermont.
It starts with V.
It was one of the V's. Vermont, Virginia. Man, I was close. Okay.
The snowier one.
Man, I didn't have any choices and I goofed that up. Okay. But Vermont, yes, I love it. So that's where we are, we're all in different spots, right? So, and we don't compare ourselves, we all do different things, right? We're all our own people, and the life we want to live is the way we want to live it, right? We can choose which direction we want to go and how we want to do life, right? And that's how it is. So, let's see, Annie and Zion, do you guys want to add any last thoughts before we wrap up the call today?
Okay. Look, I think, we shared some important content today. And people have to, I guess, adapt to the realities of job search and the reality of the situation. We all have to. Everyone here has been through this, the conversation we're having today. We've all been through job search. We know the challenges. The thing I'll say again is to give up is to give up on yourself, and that's not going to help you. What's going to help and what's moved all of us forward is going again, apply again, be optimistic. Believe that the next one is yours. Believe that things will align for you. Because again, job search is not. It's not a personal decision that people make most of the time. When a hiring manager says yes or no to someone, they're not working off and knowing you and not liking you in particular. They're working off, oh, well, I've got to choose someone, and they might as well throw a coin in the air and catch it and then heads or tails. So don't take it personally. Never take it personally. It is the biggest lottery that we play every day. One day your cards will come in. One day you're going to be the winner. You must stay in the game for that to happen. Now, to not stay in the game is not to stay and to be negative, to feel defeated. Then you will be defeated. But the alternative really is to rise up again and believe your time is now. The next one is yours. Sometimes, look, part of being positive is knowing when to reach out for help. You might need to reach out. That's help from your friends and family around your friend, or help from someone like Jamie who does recruitment and selection type. Who knows it, how it works inside out. Now, sometimes the mistake that we make is with our CV, for example. I don't know what you call it these days. I know in my day, you can make mistakes in your CV and not realize that you're making mistakes. Even in the application form. So talk to someone like Jamie who might teach you something to get through the technical side of the application process. That's what I'll say for sure. Thank
Definitely,
you.
Eddie. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yes, you're right. It's the little things sometimes that make the difference in the application process, right? So I appreciate you sharing your thoughts on today's topic. And like I said, we'll have Zion say some last words here in a second. But like I said, I appreciate my co-host obviously the job searching thing is obviously my niche. It's something I focus on every day with people, right? But you guys have added some really great thoughts on, and like I said, when we think about positivity, it can be in all different facets of life, right? We talk about all different topics. Job searching is just one of many ways that we need to channel our mindset on how to be positive, right? And how to get the desired results that we want, right? And Selassie says, there will be rejection, but you have to be positive. You're right. And you don't think about those two things going hand in hand. But I'll tell you this, like I've gone through a lot of rejections myself. I wouldn't to crack a joke here, I would have never met Erica if I didn't go through hundreds of rejections. All right, before I met her, right? So some long nights at the bar, but that's a story for another day, okay? But I met Erica, and the rest is history, right? So, we had to go through the rejections to meet her in my life, right? And that was 4 years ago, and now I'll be 42 in a few weeks, right? So, but yeah, I'm going to pass it over to Zion so he can share some wrap up comments here, and then we will go ahead and let everyone get back to their weekend, and we'll have another good call next week. So Zion, go ahead, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you, Annie, Lydia, and Lois, for all the great share you've had today, and for those persons who have been dropping their comments. It's been an insightful section, and I'm sure that somebody out there on job search has been inspired, has been motivated to keep going today. I love one thing that Mr. Eni said, that you have to believe it is possible. I love the power of belief, because there is nothing impossible to a man who believes. If you believe that you can achieve it, then you can achieve it. No matter how tough it is, no matter how challenging it is, having that mindset that you can achieve it, it's one way for you to position yourself. And know that all things are working together for your good. Yes, you might not get that job right now. It's still working together for your good. Yes, you didn't get the opportunity that you wanted to get. It's all working together for your good. Every day that comes is an opportunity to try again. Every day is an opportunity for us to go again, to keep pushing, to keep doing the right thing so that we can be able to get a job. And the job search can be tough, but having a community of positive people, it's priceless. Don't be shy to ask for help. I'll say that again. I'll stress that. I know Jamie said that earlier. Don't be shy to ask for help. Nobody's here to judge you. Nobody's here to look down on you. We are here to help and to support you. And if you know of somebody who is on a job search or on a job hunt right now, please be kind to them. Say something nice to them. Give them a big hug. Embrace them. Encourage them, because the journey can be very overwhelming. And having somebody out there who can say something nice, who can support in any way they can go a long way. That's why we always say, whatever it is that you do it from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of kindness, because you don't know who you might be reaching out to. You don't know whose life you might be changing. You don't know who needs that encouragement, that kind words to give them hope, to give them faith, to keep living and to keep believing. So let's keep supporting one another. And that's how we do this every Friday, to bring a consciousness, to bring an awareness, to bring intentionality to the power of positivity, and how transformative it can be if we all tend to embrace it every day of our life. It's all about people. It's all about supporting each other. It's all about helping each other to greatness. And if you need help, you need support, you need somebody to talk to, I will say that again. We are all here on stage. We are here for you, to support you in any way that we can, so that you can be able to achieve your goals, achieve your dream, because success is a team sport. Together we can achieve so much more, and we can actually make humanity better. So I want to say a very big thank you. We are so glad that it's a replay. So for those who missed the event, you know of somebody who needs to hear this, you can tag them on the comment section so they can watch the replay, and then they can be inspired, and they can know what to do, and they can reach out to any one of us if they want to talk about what they are going through. So a big thank you again. And thank you, Jamie. Let me pass the mic to you as our chief host for today.
Awesome. Awesome. Zion, thanks for your comments. And yes, thank you all for joining today's call. Make sure you connect with everybody in here. Make sure you follow my LinkedIn page and connect with all our co-hosts as well. I mean, you know, if you want to see career advice, I post, you know, every day different things. I post stories about my life too, and, you know, positive things going on and stuff like that. So I would love for you all to see my, you know, what I'm posting out there. I'd love to be a part of your networks as well. Right. Yeah, you know, next week we'll see you all here for another edition of our Positivity Room. We'll have another great topic we are talking about next week. And then the week after that will be our gratitude call, right, for the end of the month. So yes. So Colleen said Happy Pi Day. That's right. It's 3.14, March 14th. For others you don't know, that's the number for pi, right? And I could go and tell you a bunch of numbers after 3.14. I memorize that stuff, but I won't bore you with that. But yes, Happy Pi Day, Happy Positivity Day, and we'll see you all next Friday for our positivity call. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, yes.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Chase success with global.media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum.